All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to our channel this morning to continue our journey learning operator math, specifically water treatment plant and wastewater. And we're going to talk a little bit today about unit conversions. If you understand unit conversions, you can pretty much solve 80% of all the projects, all the types of problems out there. And I'm going to start with an example using cubic feet. We're going to convert that to gallons. So we have first imagine a cubic foot, right? So we have a box that's a cube, and it's say 1 foot on this side, it's 1 foot on this side, and it's 1 foot on this side. So when you think about a volume, volumes are generally shown in things like feet cubed or cubic feet, or let's use another one in cubic inches, in inches cubed, so cubic inches. But the punchline here is there's always a 3 in it, right? So it's three-dimensional. It's three-dimensional compared to something like an area, right? So volumes are 3D. So their unit, whether it be their unit, will always be raised to a third. That's where we get feet cubed, we get inches cubed. In comparison, when we look at an area, that's 2D, right? So let's think about that. So we have a field here, and maybe that field is, say 50 feet on that dimension, and it's 75 feet on that dimension. So the area is going to be equal to, and we'll call this the length, and we'll call this the width. So area is equal to the length times the width. Right? And if these are both in feet, that's going to be 75 feet times 50 feet. And that, if we grab our handy little calculator, is going to be something like 75 times 50 equals 3,750 feet squared. That's the important part right here, right? If you look at if you look at your calculator, say that's 3 inches. Here's our width. Here's our length. You can say the width is equal to 3. The length is equal to 6. And these are all in inches. So we're gonna get the habit of adding our units. So the area is going to be equal to 3 inches times 6 inches, which is going to be equal to 18 inches squared, right? So squared versus a cube, and that's the difference. If we were to take this cube here, and let's expand it, forgive my drawing here, but all of a sudden now we went from what was hidden down here below us into an area. Now we just filled it, right? Now we have a cube here, right? It's got 3 dimensions, not just 2. So that's really, when we work through these problems, you need to draw it out. This could be very similar if we were looking at a pipe or a tank, right? Now the difference here is, so I'm going to draw kind of my little bottom here, right? Now we have a height and we have a diameter diameter. And now the area of a circle is going to be equal to pi times the diameter squared over 4 is one way to look at this. It's different if you're going to use the radius, but we'll just use that. So you calculate an area, which is going to be in, say, feet squared, times an h, which is in feet. And when we multiply a foot, square foot times a foot, what happens? We come up with 3D. Foot squared times a foot, is going to be equal to foot cubed. So that's how we get volume. All right? So that's a super quick, down and dirty way to look at that. But if you have any questions or comments or things that you'd like to cover in here, just shout it out in the comments. And as usual, remember to give us a like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody.